Hello everyone, my name is Pranav Parekh and I'm a student of Form 251 Data Structures and Algorithm. So in today's video, we are going to talk about Introduction to Linked List and the working of the single linked list. So here we are asked to arrange the words according to the ascending order. So let's start. So the first word is apple, as the letter A is the smallest letter. Then we will have Chris. On third position, we will have Mark, then Robert, and then Smith. But now the question is how to maintain this list in a computer memory. So to do that, we need to learn about the linked list and its types. So now let's check the different types of linked lists. So as you can see, we have three types of linked list, namely single linked list, doubly linked list, and circular linked list. So what is a single linked list? This is the basic type and the first type of linked list. In this, the navigation present is only forward direction. We can go in the forward direction, but not in the backward direction. This is the way we can identify the linked list as a single linked list. Then we have the doubly linked list. So now, unlike the single linked list, the navigation is possible both the ways, which is forward and backward. Then we have another type of linked list, which is called as circular linked list. The last element in this linked list is linked with the first element in the linked list. As the name suggests, this is a circular linked list, so it is obvious that the last element must be linked with the first element. Now let's talk about what is single linked list. A single linked list is a list created by a node that consists of two things, data and a link. So now let's understand what is a node. So this is a representation of node. It has two parts. One is data and the other one is the next, which means link. The data part has the actual data and the link part contains of the address of the next node. So basically, we can say that a linked list is made up of multiple nodes. Now let's take an example and understand the working of single linked list. Now, in this example, let's see how to represent a single linked list. Suppose we have to store the following numbers, say 3, 42, 68, and 75. So to do this, we will create 4 nodes as we have 4 different numbers. The first node contains the data 3, the second node contains the data 42, the third node contains the data 68, and the fourth node contains the data 75. Now guys, remember, these nodes need not to be stored in sequential order. We can store it in any order. So now we can see that the address of the first node is 100. The address of the second node is 200. Similarly, the address of the third node is 300 and the fourth node is 400. Again, note that the address of the linked list may not be sequential. Now we can see that the nodes are created and we have inserted the data also. But what about the addresses? How will each node know that what is the address of the next node in the memory? So in order to do this, we will store the address of the next node in the linked part of the data. So in the first node, we will enter the address of the second node. Similarly, for the second node, we will add the address of the third node and so on. So as you can see, the first node, we have the address 200. Then in the second node, we have address of 300. And in third node, we have an address of 400. But the last node contains a null value, which means it is not containing any address. It is simply not pointing to any another node in the memory. This means that it is the last node. Now here, we want to access or identify the first node of the linked list. To do so, we need a pointer. It is really important to have a pointer, as with the help of the pointer, we can access the first point of the linked list, which will contain the address of the first node. We can name the pointer as header. By using this pointer, we can access the first node of the linked list, and from the first node, we can access the second node and so on. So basically, now the whole linked list is active and accessible. So this was the introduction of linked list and working of the single linked list.